State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Presented by Schottenstein Roofing. For top quality and a price match guarantee, visit SchottensteinRoofing.com.
Happy Friday to all you fine Buckeye fans out there. I sincerely hope you have had a fantastic week. Let's try to make it even a little bit better for these next 2 hours. We, of course, are live on YouTube as well. So if you're listening in the car at first and maybe you get home during the program, just flip on YouTube and you can watch us right there. We'll get the chat room up and going. I'm Timmy Hall. We got the Boatman back there. He's the nicest producer in the biz. Don't let those guys fool you. Bodie sometimes likes to saunter in here when I do the crosstalk segment. And if I'm doing something in an edit bay or whatever, he'll kindly bring my headphones and windscreen to the mic 3 position. Why do you do that for me, Bodie?
Because, Tim, with the Buckeye Show, it's all about the name on the front, not the back. So
we're a family.
Exactly. And this is the family I want to take to Lake Placid.
That man about to make me choke.
This is the family you want to go into Studio Talk 1 with?
Damn right.
Right? We're going to be up there in that control room and the talk studio here at the fan offices right here on 770 Twin Rivers. That's right. This is the team that you want to take to Twin Rivers. I appreciate you, Bodie.
You got it, Tim.
That's fantastic stuff. The man to my right, my friend and yours, Tyvis Powell, everybody. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you as well, Timmy. You know, it's all Friday. Why isn't this the best day? Because for a lot of people that work, today is the best day.
I mean, I'm working on a Friday night, so
what that mean?
Well, that's why I like Thursday, because Thursday tells me, you know, we're almost to the end of the week, so I just get through one more day, and then we're golden.
But why?
It's not like I hate being here, but I'm just saying Thursday is that day before the last day. I like the anticipation of the weekend.
No, people like the weekend.
Well, I do like the weekend, but I like getting ready for it. I like mentally preparing
Monday.
for it. I've explained this to you my entire life.
Monday.
I don't think it's ever going to change.
You should be a Monday guy.
I don't hate Monday because of what we do. I think
Bodie,
Mondays are pretty good.
Do you hate Mondays, Bodie?
You don't hate Monday.
It depends. If it's in the fall, not so much, because it's fun to talk about what happened in the football weekend. At this time of the year, though, it's kind of like, like some weekends, you know, like this weekend, okay, we got some NBA playoffs. Stanley Cup
Your
playoffs.
Celtics are doing great, so you like Mondays
chilling,
now.
Man. Yeah, we're not even. Everybody else is going to Game 6, Game 7.
Why you got to bring that up, though?
We're just hanging back.
Why you bring that up?
For the most part right now, this time of year, sometimes you come in on a Monday and it's kind of like, did anything really too exciting happen over the weekend? Where in football season, that's when it's fun.
Oh, football, yeah, you give reaction Mondays. Why did I bring that up, Tyvis?
Yeah.
I just mentioned a fact that occurred in the sports world.
I don't like that you did that, though. I see what you try to.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
You try to get a reaction.
I'm not trying to get it.
You try to get a reaction. I promise to. Today, I woke up out of the bed today, Tim.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to remain calm today.
I don't want calm.
No matter what.
It's Friday night. I don't want calm. I want crazy.
I'm trying. I want to sound like DeVere on the radio.
You're not going to sound like DeVere, even if you tried.
Just smooth.
Dom Taberry calls him our Barry White of sports radio. I also love how when you ask Bodie a question, you make sure he's on the opposite end of the studio every single time. He's like got the computer screen there where he's got to punch in like when commercials play, because Bodie's a good producer and he timestamps everything. And whenever you call for him, he's on the opposite end. You notice how you do that?
Or he
just doesn't want to talk to you all that much.
Good. That's why I have to include it. I got to keep Bodie on his toes. You know? He getting complacent back there.
Real quick, because today was a wild day. I need you to be better at something for me.
Me?
I don't know why you don't have a better recall with your actors and actresses because you watch movies and I'm tired of this stuff. You're a 30-year-old man.
Listen.
I can't have you saying to me when I ask a question about Dennis Quaid, I don't know why the Dennis Quaid rant, because I can see what Common Man and T-Bone were playing because I take over the chair that they were sitting in, and I can see the audio system. The dad is up there, and the Dennis Quaid meltdown that, starts like this was up.
What the keep going? I am acting here, and this head wanders off.
So he went nuts. I don't even know where that came from. And then I pull up his wiki page, and you're asking me, who is he? And I'm like, Tyvis, he was in one of your favorite sports movies of all time. That's Cap Rooney.
Well,
he was in The Rookie, too.
So listen, if you know me.
Come on.
If you know me, listen, I'm one of those people that.
I want you to be better.
If I love the movie, then tell me what their name was in the movie. You would have said Cap Rooney. I would have said, I know exactly who you're talking about. I don't know him as Dennis.
Do you know Al Pacino at least?
Scarface, yeah.
Not Scarface. I'm talking about your coach.
On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. Yeah. We claw with our fingernails for that inch.
Hey, you gotta fight for that inch.
You talking about the new father.
What was his name in that movie? Don't tell. Wait.
What was his name?
Did you say new father? Did I miss Al having a kid at what, 80 years old?
Him and Robert
God.
De Niro both just had kids.
Oh, my. I think I knew De Niro had one.
Yeah, he had one too.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
He's going to be a very, very old parent.
He's going to be a dead parent.
Nah.
He's not going to make it to the graduation.
The kids keep you young. That's what happens. When you have a kid, you stay young now.
To an extent.
I think he'll be
But if you're going to be 95 years old, potentially, then
he owes it to the kid to at least
stay alive.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do your best. Tyvis, this Scottie Scheffler thing was just out of this world. Topic all day long.
I can't believe it.
Rightfully so. It gave me that feeling of just wild stories that you have experienced. Just doing sports talk or just being a sports fan. Mm-hmm. You got a few of them, and that's why I'm gonna theme my Power 5 at 648 around that. Just the 5 biggest stories.
Did this one make it?
So, I'm leaving this one off of it.
Okay.
I don't know if this one would have cracked it as I did my list. I feel good with the 5 that I put down, so you guys can kind of match them up. I'm a 40-year-old dude, so one of them goes back to when I was a very young kid that I remember. You might know the one that I'm talking about. But Scottie Scheffler, the number 1 golfer in the world, over a traffic incident trying to get into the golf course, dragging a cop for maybe 10 yards or whatever, and how the cops are trying to say that pants were destroyed and things like that, and minor injuries occurred, and charged him with a few things, second degree assault, one of those deals. And
it's a reporter that had it all on.
Saw it all.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had it on tape, but he saw it all.
I thought he had pulled his phone out, and maybe it was
Jeff Darlington was kind of how I woke up this morning, hearing him just tell this story. Mm-hmm. And then you quickly find out that somebody lost their life earlier, hit by a shuttle bus. And it does... Pat Forty wrote an article because he lives down there, and it was kind of an article saying this was something that's going to happen if you don't know that course and the setup, and when it has big events like this. Yeah, it's a shame that it led to this. He basically said something like this was bound to happen if they didn't fix it and make it safer. So shame on them for waiting for somebody to die.
He wrote this article a while ago?
He wrote this article this morning.
Oh,
Pat Forty wrote it today because it was all of it got centered on Scheffler. And look, you can understand why. He's the number 1 golfer in the world. He was in handcuffs. Mm-hmm. He was going to miss his tee time at a major championship if he didn't get out of jail in time. Well, it was crazy today.
He's doing well. He's
doing well.
I think he was 3rd place or something like that.
Yeah, he's out. He got out.
He got
freed.
Said he was stretching in the cell. Oh, he wasn't gonna not be at the tee time.
Well, yeah, there's some unbelievable stuff. I actually had that clip here for you, Tyvis.
I did spend some time stretching in a jail cell. That was a first for me. That was part of my warm up. I was just sitting there waiting, and I started going through my warm up. I felt like there was a chance I may be able to still come out here and play, and so
he had this exchange with one of the officers that was down at the precinct.
This one older officer looked at me as I was doing my fingerprints or whatever, and he looks at me, he goes, "So do you want the full experience today? And I kind of looked at him. I was like, I don't know how to answer that. And he's like, come on, man, you want a sandwich? And I was like, sure, I'll take a sandwich. I hadn't eaten breakfast yet.
As long as there wasn't a gloved hand involved.
Yeah.
I suppose we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, though.
What an experience. And it didn't even affect him.
What to you, what's the biggest Buckeye story of your lifetime? What's the one that you like just instantly pops into your mind?
Two of them. Obviously, the tattoo scandal,
Tatgate,
and
for sure.
The Maurice Claret.
Yeah,
thing.
those are the two. Those are two of the ones that I put down. Obviously, more recently, I would say when everything hit the fan with Urban in the Zach Smith saga.
Yep.
And some of these are stories that kind of spanned like that. You had the Big Ten media days, right, where they caught Urban saying something and kind of covering for something, and then they went back and said, well, wait, you said this at Big Ten Media Days. It turns out not to be the case. And then it was like, oh, shoot. And, like, you heard about all that. Hey, like, what was the deal with Zach Smith and if he had an arrest or did they look into this? There was so many moving parts to that one.
Yeah.
And it led to a suspension, which was crazy at the time.
What was it,
and then that led to it was 3, right? That led Ryan Day to being the interim.
Yeah.
And then it ended the season with Urban being done.
Yeah.
And leaving Ohio State football.
Went out with a Rose Bowl.
The whole thing.
Though. Got a Rose Bowl win against Washington. Yeah, that was such a wild time to just hear about all that. And I was in the league at the time. And I was just like...
So kind of watching it from afar.
Yeah, just like...
But it's your head coach that you won a national championship with.
Right. So it was like... I kind of feel like that situation, it was kind of like Jim Tressel, where it's just like, he just had to fall on the grenade pretty much and take the blow. And that's just what it is. And it was unfortunate because I think he obviously was a good coach here and he did some really good things here. And who knows how long he would have been the coach here. But yeah, it was.
Tressel was also a bunch of different days. Like there's the press conference, right? There was.
His was even wilder because.
When he was gone officially.
His was wilder because I was like, I had just seen him. He just gave me the offer. I had just committed to him, and then boom, like a week later, like that Monday, boom,
man,
he, like resign. And I'm just like, what is going on?
Think about those tonight, guys. If you're watching us on YouTube, use the chat there. We're on Twitter and X at The Buckeye Show. And the voicemail is always up and running, which I didn't even realize until a short while ago that the Buckeye Show voicemail is also a Buckeye Show text line. So
really?
That's also cool. So there's all these ways. People were using it as a text line before I even realized it. It was a desk phone, but apparently the software that it has is like kick ass. So you can do everything with it. You can do everything with it. Yeah, 614-460-2896. Think about some of those Buckeye stories because the Scottie Scheffler thing just blew our minds. The biggest stories, basically that means off the field is kind of where I'm going with that, is those off-field stories for the Buckeyes that you'll always remember are the biggest one in your mind. Hey, I saw 2 Ohio State football what ifs that are sure to make Tyvis feel a certain type of way. I'll get to those next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Fair banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better
better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
Join us for Gambling Things, Fantasy Sports, Gambling Things, and most importantly, Gambling Things. Hollywood Casinos on the Money, Sunday morning at 9.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
The Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy in it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding, over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of clouds around and mild temperatures in the low to mid-70s with a scattered shower and perhaps a rumble of thunder on this Friday. Overnight, we'll see a lingering shower, some patchy fog and temperatures around 60 degrees. During the day on Saturday, an isolated shower early and an isolated shower or storm later in the afternoon. Otherwise, we'll see some sunshine and stay dry and warmer with temperatures near 80 degrees. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Hating Michigan is our favorite national pastime. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy and Tyvis, happy Friday to all you fine Buckeye fans. We are indeed sponsored by our friends at CareSource and by Schottenstein Roofing for top quality and a price match guarantee. Visit schottensteinroofing.com. Buckeye Show voicemail, and just learning a couple of days ago, it's also a text line, 614-460-2896. We love hearing from people that, especially, we love Ohio because that's where we are, right?
Yes.
The great state of Ohio, as all the coaches say. And we love hearing when people move away and they still listen to our station.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
And more importantly, the show, right? So shout out to Kevin Ingalls. He said, what's happening? Love your show. I watch on YouTube now from Bradenton, Florida.
Okay.
So we can, that's a hot spot for recruiting, right? So yes, Kevin, thank you so much. Make sure you keep up with what's happening at the IMG Academy. We need those recruits. Whenever there's a good one, we got Carnell Tate. Mm-hmm. Whenever there's more good ones rolling through, we want to snatch them up.
Isn't the IMG Academy like, don't you like get shipped off? Like your parents send you away and you spend the night.
They're done with you.
Yeah, you're like
get out
there. You like live there at the academy.
Yeah,
that's IMG, correct?
Boarding school.
I mean, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Where would you have been with something like that? How would you have done if you were, 16, 17, very impressionable still? Like, go away, like out of the house, different state. That's a challenge, I could imagine.
At 16, 17-year-old Tyvis,
That'd be tough.
Actually, I think I would have thrived.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I was not the average kid, Tim. Like, while kids were out having fun, partying, and doing all of those things, I didn't do any of that thing. Like my
yeah, I don't like to talk a lot.
Ideal night is drills, watch tape, find something to get better at, and then maybe play Madden. Like, that was Tyvis as a 16, 17-year-old guy.
Mm-hmm.
Play Madden.
Yep.
It was literally just football.
All football.
That's it.
Even when it wasn't football, it was like
that's it.
Vince Vaughn in the breakup playing Madden and becoming, very skillful at it.
Yep.
It's the digital guys with the big hearts.
So I think
they're the ones that really do the winning.
If my mother would have shipped me off to the IMG Academy, I think I would have thrived.
You have to, if you go, right? Like, if you're to the point where you're going to do that, then like it's different when it's for sports. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it's a means to an end and you're really, really talented, and going somewhere like that is going to put you on the fast track to getting scholarship offers.
For sure.
It's a little bit different than like in one of these movies where, parents maybe aren't doing so hot and you just get shipped to some boarding school outside of Boston.
I think,
and then you hate your folks and all that, and you're just jaded to the world.
Like, you can't fumble an opportunity like that. Like, to
Right.
know that I'm going to a great football institution where everybody in here usually gets a D1 offer, and all you got to do is take it seriously. Oh, for sure. I would have taken a full advantage of anything that they had to offer.
Well, Tyvis, you actually sent me this. This is something that, could technically be a hashtag Buckeyes, but when you send me a text, I certainly appreciate it. And it was just a page full of Buckeye What Ifs. And I'll shout out the Buckeye Beat on Instagram because they had a little slideshow of some of these, and there's a million that you can hearken back to. What if, you said to me, what if CJ Stroud had returned for a third year?
Yeah.
And I said, well, yeah, things would have been different. That's a huge upgrade from Kyle McCord, but it's not like that's a real what if, because CJ wasn't coming back for a third year. He was too damn good.
For a long time, it took him a while to announce. Remember, he was like, oh, he hasn't announced yet. He hasn't announced. Maybe he's coming back. Maybe, remember that? Don't you remember?
Maybe more so than that, I wonder what if Cardale Jones stayed in the draft when he was red hot.
We should have.
I wonder what that would do. You'll talk about that on Monday, right?
What if Cardale Jones never came to Ohio State? We still would have won a national championship.
And I want him to hear that.
Yes, I hope he's in his car right now.
Cardale, don't listen to this guy. But I do wonder, Cardale, when you were red hot like that after the championship, and that's also a wild scene. We talk about Buckeye stories off the top of the show that I really remember that stick with me.
Mm-hmm.
That whole, in a good way, it's the story of that season. I think it's the greatest college football story that I've ever seen, in part because it happened to us here in Columbus, but being knocked down that many quarterbacks, and Cardale with his infamous tweet wasn't so far removed from that, and then getting back on the horse and being this great player and a 59-0 score and beating Heisman contenders, beating the Heisman Trophy winner, and then winning it all, and then Cardale having his day where he's rising up NFL draft boards, and people are thinking, oh, this guy might be the guy. This guy might be the best dude.
3 games. That's crazy.
But he stayed, and then the next year happened, which leads me to the what if of OSU had just ran the ball more in 2015 against Michigan State. And it's a graphic of Zeke blasting the coaches in the postgame press conference. I remember vividly. What if out the wazoo with just that game, if that was a different result, then that's a team that was national championship caliber again. Sorry, man.
That game is it's one of those ones that you just, out of all of the losses, obviously that one stings the most because the talent that was there.
By far, right?
You knew, it was like we just knew we was just going to coast to the championship.
They didn't have their starting quarterback.
No, Tim. When I came out for the coin toss and didn't see him out there.
You said, what?
Oh, I said, this is slight work. Oh, this is easy money. And then I just don't even know what happened. Like, the fact that our offense, yes, was it raining? Yes, it was drizzling.
I don't care.
But the fact
you should have not let them score.
We couldn't get a drop of offense that game. Was unbelievable. Do you know how we scored?
You had to put that back on the offense. What was the score of that game? Tell me you remember
17-14. How would I forget?
Or better yet.
Well done, Tyvis. Was it wrong?
No, it was right.
Okay.
It was right, but it was bad. It should have been 14-0.
But do you
14-3?
Do you remember how
if it had to be that way?
One of our touchdowns came because they muffed a punt, and I think Terry McLaurin recovered it and put them on the 8-yard line, and then they ended up scoring. But outside of that, our offense really could not go down the field.
I know they couldn't.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
And then
so what's the what if? What's the response to the what if?
What if Zeke would have got the ball?
What if you'd ran the ball more? What if you'd won that game?
We'd be national champions. We'd have been 2 back-to-back national champions easily. Because we'd have won that game.
You felt you felt about the same bit of confidence going into the Michigan State game.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You say that very confidently. Is a lot like
who won the championship?
You in the coin toss.
Who won the championship that year?
Who won it that year, Bodie? You're good at those things.
Alabama, right? They beat Clemson.
It's a good guess. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was the first Deshaun Watson game where Clemson lost, but it was like, whoa, who's this dude?
It's always Bama, right?
And that would have been what everybody wanted to see. They would have been going for blood because we had just put them out the year before. That would have been, gosh, we blew something, man. Got me going up. Go ahead, Till.
Take us to break.
I should have done it. Easy to say now, right? What if? All right, a big, huge Buckeye target just came available. We'll give you the details next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
When that alarm clock goes off, Morning Juice comes on. The perfect way to dominate your day or just lay around the house. Morning Juice.
Weekdays at 6.
The Fan.
And now to the chopper for our traffic report.
There's a lot of traffic. It must be headed to Meyer for the Buy 5, Save $5 sale. Shop Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, Breyer's ice cream, and Coca-Cola or Pepsi 24 packs, plus deposit where applicable. All Buy 5, Save $5. Mix or match at Meyer.
Okay.
Deals so good, you've just got to talk about them. Meyer. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meyer app.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and it's springtime. And you know what that means? It means berry season, the fresh, delicious berries, and there's no better place to get them than, you guessed it, Bob Evans and their delicious farmhouse kitchen. They have a number of berry salads there that you're going to love. The summer berry salad, which I love, the red, white, and blueberry farmer's choice. And you know what's fantastic? Start at $6.99 with that red, white, and blueberry hotcakes. Who doesn't love that? With the delicious toppings. They've got them for dine-in, carry-out, delivery. Check them out at bobevans.com.
Great coaching can make all the difference, especially when it comes to your money. At Right Pac Credit Union, our financial coaches are on your team. We'll help you create a winning game plan that's customized for your unique needs, so you can make the most of your hard-earned money and live the life you want to live. Best of all, Right Pac Credit Union serves all of Central Ohio, so getting in the game is easy. Let's win together. Stop by one of our Central Ohio member centers to get started today. Equal housing opportunity, insured by NCUA.
Welcome to the plus side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party. Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further. Become a member today and experience peace of mind on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Attention weekend warriors. Fan Sports Saturday has moved to 10 a.m. Join Eric Reeser and Tyvis Powell as they dive into popular topics like the Buckeyes and Tyvis's liquid diet.
Saturdays from 10 to 1.
The Fan.
Common Man here. Let me tell you about my new friends, Sell for 1% Realtors. This is a new company for me. They were interested in working with me, so they went for a CAT scan. When that passed, I needed to meet the family to see what they were all about, if they were a good fit. And when I say meet the family, I mean it. Sell for 1% is totally family run right here in Columbus. The premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your house for 1% commission, not 6. That's it. And they do everything you'd expect from the 6% people. This is full service, not a discount service. Here's how they do it. Technology has made the realtor's job easier, from taking photos to signing documents on your phone, but their prices have remained the same, even though the realtor's not putting in the same time they used to. Sell for 1% passes the savings on to you because they know you're going to be impressed with the service and then tell people about it. On average, customers save over $10,000 in commissions. I didn't know about these guys 10 years ago. Don't be stupid like me and pay more than you have to. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Bike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource. Proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Scarlet and Gray 24/7, or however long the show is tonight. You're listening to the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Timmy and Tyvis, happy Friday. We got some recruiting things that we can talk about. Still getting more texts in now, Tyvis. 614-460-2896. It's the Buckeye Show voicemail and the text line. We've got a listener from New Jersey here tonight. Says, my son and I watch and listen from Brick, New Jersey. We come to a couple games every year. All you guys are great. Vincent, thanks a lot, my man. Appreciate that. And the chat room on YouTube is, of course, all the shows here on the Fan now are on YouTube, streamed live. So go to the tube, search up 97.1 The Fan, and subscribe. You'll get all of our content right there. Sam says it's a lot of Ohio State what ifs. I know, Sam. There are. It's quite a few.
It is, and it's really unfortunate.
I can't really go with any what ifs, though, with 2 of the last 3 Michigan games. You know, 2 are pretty decisive. Last year's, there's some what ifs. What if Kyle McCord didn't throw that early interception?
Yeah.
Is that maybe the one? And obviously just get the job done on the final drive.
Do you think they was good enough to win it all?
I do. I think that was
because I guess you got to replace the
and the offensive line was not great, so they would have been winning a national title with some holes, right? But if Michigan was the team that wound up winning it and they went on the road up there and they weren't like an ocean away from getting past Michigan.
But does Ohio State beat Alabama? Because that's who the Wolverines beat, right? Alabama.
They did in the Rose, right?
Yeah. Do they beat Alabama?
What do you think?
I have no idea.
What do you think, though?
I would hope so. I would think that they would be up for that one because of the simple fact that the last time they played Alabama in that championship game, it didn't go well. So I think they would have been extra prepared for it.
Yeah. I think if they would have beaten Michigan,
I think
the confidence would have been restored.
Yeah.
And they would have been walking a different kind of way. Not to say that would have been a cocky, over-the-top type of way.
Right.
Not like when you guys thought you were, national title contenders and playing a third-string quarterback Michigan State team in your home building, in November. Like, we got this, right? No, you're going to the college football playoff to play Bama. You're not just rolling the Buckeye helmets out there.
That loss is worse than Virginia Tech. Because, for that whole.
Oh, of course it is.
For the whole.
Of course you won the title when you lost to Virginia
But for
Tech.
that entire season, do you know for that entire season of 2014, we would sit there and watch Virginia Tech play and ask ourselves, how did we lose that game?
How
did we
believe
lose
it.
to Virginia Tech?
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was not prime Frank Beamer Virginia Tech.
No,
like we talked about recently where they would win 10 wins.
It was on the tail end of that. He was, I think that might have been one of his last years, actually.
It might have been. And for a while, they were winning the ACC championship or in the ACC championship game almost every year, yearly basis, and showing up in a BCS bowl, not the title game, but in a BCS bowl. And that was, I hate it when teams beat Ohio State and don't do anything with it.
That's exactly what they did.
That's not to say that I like what Michigan did. I would never, ever, you know where I stand on that. I am never rooting for Michigan. It's good for the conference. But I'm just talking about if Virginia Tech is going to win that game, don't go 6-7. Do something with it. You beat Ohio State on the road, for God's sakes. And that was the national championship winning team. And you did nothing with it. That's embarrassing.
And still to this day, we have to hear about it. You won the national championship, but if you're a Virginia Tech fan,
I don't think that matters
they'll
at all.
Say, but we beat y'all. That's what they say.
Let him say it. Let him say it. That does not matter,
That's
though.
what they say.
But that's more embarrassing for you now because this Ohio State team rebounded and won the national championship. You did nothing with it.
Because the next year, we ended up winning that game, so... Even the score.
And you did even the score. And that one had to feel really good.
It did.
You had Braxton out there spinning all over the place.
It was a good day. I had me a pick and everything.
So a couple things on the recruiting front, Tyvis. You want to talk about the guy that could be coming or the guy that is coming to Ohio State for sure? Which one first?
Probably the guy that could be.
The could be is a 5-star wide receiver. You got to love 5-star wide receivers, right?
Of course we do.
DeCorian Moore. We thought that this might happen. We talked about him on the show a week or two ago about how he still has the recruitment opened up. Mm-hmm. And you were all for this. You were very pro take your visits.
Yes.
Even if you're committed. Look, college football is changing all around us.
Yep.
New systems possibly going to be in place. Do what's right for you. Do what's best for you. Well, now he is actually decommitted from LSU. So that's a big thing to happen. That's not to say...
Has he already taken a visit here?
It's not... I think he already was here, yeah. And it's not to say that DeCorian Moore is emphatically going to wind up with the Buckeyes, but you know the kind of good work that Ohio State does with 5-star wide receivers.
What year?
It would be crowded. He's 2025.
Okay.
He's 5'11", 185 pounds. This is the guy from Duncanville, Texas, remember?
Okay.
And he had been committed to LSU since August. So a good long while, approaching a year, 9 months, right? But he reopened it on Wednesday, and he's considering new offers from schools. You got Ohio State, Oregon, and Texas that had topped his group prior to him committing to LSU. A lot of the chatter seems to have him trending towards the Longhorns. I mean, Duncanville, Texas guy, but hey, man, it's the Buckeyes, and you see you see Marvin Harrison and how high he was drafted as a receiver. Come on.
Well, I mean, first of all, Ohio State does a great job of recruiting in Texas. Now, don't get me wrong, Texas is getting things back shaped right, and obviously, for a guy like him, you think about a guy like Arch Manning. Will be the guy that will be your quarterback who's supposed to be really good. Of all accounts, he's supposed to be really good. So what better to be in Texas? So you can look at that there. But you cannot ignore the fact that Ohio State, if you come to Ohio State, you get on the field for Ohio State, 98% of the time you're going first round because of Brian Hartline and what he's been able to do with these wide receivers. So you can't ignore the fact that, hey, I might get to become the best wide receiver that ever I can be if I go to Ohio State.
Let me make sure I said this right, Tyvis. He said that he will not be considering new offers. That's better.
Okay.
He's not considering any new offers, just the schools that he was already thinking about before he committed to LSU. That's why Oregon, Texas, Ohio State, the big ones in the end.
I'm actually interested to see where he goes.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And hey, Keenan Nelson Jr., you got a boom, 4-star transfer portal commitment, a South Carolina Gamecock coming to Ohio State.
What position?
Safety, baby. Safety.
We was talking about how we needed one of those veteran guys.
Lathan Ransom, Caleb Downs, Malik Hartford, Jaden Bonsu.
Mm-hmm.
And then once, somebody like Jihad Carter exited, you want to make sure that you've got some experience there on that 2-deep. You got to have that 2-deep. And, I mean, you tell everybody about that. You need
some experience.
You need the 2-deep to look really good. You get to that third string, maybe we can go youth there, but come on.
Yeah. When you get, especially with going 16 games, you're going to need a lot of guys. There's going to be a bunch of injuries, unfortunately, because that's just the game of football. You want to be able to trust the guy that's going in there that has some game experience, that the lights won't be too bright for him. You can talk to him, communicate it to them, and they can get the job done. They know how to handle checks and adjustments on game days, and that's what you want, to be secure. And I think that's probably what he brings.
All right. Well, I've been looking forward to this one because the Scottie Scheffler story this morning was hard to believe. It was. And you saw the video of him being cuffed behind his back. This is the guy, there's already been so many jokes and memes about him because, there was a tournament that he won that was almost in the pitch black. You're thinking, darkness, maybe that'll throw Scottie off.
Yeah.
You had the new baby that seemed to be due for 3 months, and we were talking about when that baby's coming, even at the Masters, how he would leave. And you're like, okay, maybe we can get that baby born in the middle of a tournament, so he'll leave, and then he can't win that one. Well, now they found the thing. It's get him arrested. It's have the cops cuff him and take him to the jail cell, and then maybe he won't win. But he's still got to play. So that's what kind of formulated my Power 5, just the most dramatic sports stories that I can remember in my lifetime. As we become dudes ranking things on a Friday night. The Power 5 is next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
Since 1897, the Byers Auto family of dealerships has been serving Central Ohio's transportation needs. When we first opened our doors, our vehicles were fueled by oats and hay, required saddles, not seatbelts, and had shoes instead of tires. Over 120 years later, Byers Auto is still family-owned and operated. Our goal is to provide the best selection, price, and service in Central Ohio. And it's all on one website, buyersauto.com.
Come see why it's better to buy from Byers.
Byers Auto is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Sunday's a time for brunching with your favorite people. And when they don't invite you, listen to us instead. Fan Sports Sunday with Tito and Dabir Posey.
Sunday morning starting at 11.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Ever fight the good fight? That's pretty much my go-to move. I always want to come through for the people that count on us, to stand up for what's right. And I'll never stop fighting that fight. But when it comes to word games, I pick my battles. Take tune-ups. In Columbus, tune-up now seems to mean cursory inspection instead of deep cleaning and maintenance. And as much as I'd love to set the record straight, that ship has sailed. So for now on, my Eco AC technicians won't call them tune-ups. They'll Ecofy, Servicefy, and Restorify your AC.
Restorify? Son, I don't think your cornbread's done in the middle.
Look, if people want to call a drive-by inspection and sales pitch a tune-up, I don't want to fight them on the label. Whether you want to call it an eco-ification or not. The important part is we'll get your system fully cleaned, greened, and recalibrated to factory spec condition. Want a con job mislabeled as a tune-up? Call someone else. Want to Ecofy your AC back to perfect working order for only $89? Call
GetEco.com. There's a little slice of heaven in a mountain town escape. A pace of life that's less hurried, more authentic, where people greet you with a smile and experiences feel down to earth, yet elevated. From Appalachian art to wineries and craft breweries, live music to a lively spirit. This is West Virginia. We call it Almost Heaven. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
The Sign and Drive Green Tag event continues, offering 0% for 84 months with no money down on a John Deere compact utility tractor with loader. Limited time offer. Visit your local Ag Pro today. Offer ends May 31st, 2024. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Are you confident letting just anyone on the roof of your home? I'm Craig Schottenstein, owner of Schottenstein Roofing. Our team is dedicated to delivering outstanding value on every roof we repair or replace. Schottenstein Roofing. Go to schottensteinroofing.com.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Sears Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Because there's nothing better to do on a Friday night, let's just rank 5 things. It's the Buckeye Show's Power 5.
Man, this night just keeps getting better and better. Boatman, if he missed you, I'm going to make sure he comes back because Andrew Kinsey from 10 TV, our news anchor, just sauntered in here and provided Tyvis and I with a little nothing bundt cake cupcake version. I'll get you one, Bodie. Are you able to eat one right now? Will you take the Invisalign out to enjoy one?
I turned it down.
You turned it down?
But I said, thank you very much.
God,
looked amazing.
The discipline from this guy. Unbelievable.
And I'm the one that's got a big competition coming up in a couple of months.
And you're going to eat one with bells on.
Yep, sure is.
Either way, it's too nice of thing. It's Friday night. It's 6:49 on Friday night. Boatman, I'm just curious, what's the biggest sports story of your lifetime?
I mean, honestly, like, in terms of, like, craziness, right? Not
craziness,
just, like, generic.
just total craziness.
When that Manti stuff dropped, like January, February of 2013, I think it would have been, it was just like, I guess, because we were at a time where when I heard it was catfishing, I didn't even know what that was. I had no clue what that meant. I was like, did he go fishing? Like, what is that? Why we lost Alabama? Like, and it was just, so that was crazy.
Catfish
and it was
big
just
in
like,
Hawaii?
Is that what they do in South Bend? And
I thought this was humma nuka nuka apuaha.
And so it was just like, I didn't even know what it meant. And it was just like kind of hard to believe somebody could like fall for it. But you could see at that time that was kind of like right when social media's like sort of started to become a big thing-ish. You know, that like 2008, 9
and it's
up to
your
like
guy
2013,
too.
14.
You're a massive Notre Dame guy.
Yeah, it was such a like big deal that like he played through the season. And like, look, I'm not saying he would have obviously missed the whole season because his girlfriend and grandma passed away, but it happened right at the beginning of the season. They went on this crazy run. He ended up second in the Heisman.
What game did they play after the story broke that Manti's girlfriend died?
Michigan State.
And it was national TV.
Oh, yeah. It was the
like
Saturday night
he
prime
took his
time
helmet
on ABC.
off, and they had the shots, close-up shots of him, and just what almost a sports hero he was becoming after playing that well through all that adversity.
Through that, and then he was already a big-time player, which I think sometimes people tend to forget. They act like it was just some scrub who became Rudy. It's like, he was a 5-star prospect. He was pretty good.
Big-time player.
And then Notre Dame went all the way to the national championship game, which at that time was ridiculous. I mean, they're a pretty good program now, but back then, I mean, they were just in the mud. And it was just like this crazy story that just, I don't know, it was hard to believe.
I'll just tell you.
My whole world told me that she died on September 12th. Everybody knew that.
He had the Katie Couric interview.
Not everybody.
I had that at number 3. We just knocked that one off as my Power 5 is the 5 most dramatic sports stories of my lifetime, and that was number 3. And I can remember Bobby Carpenter and I doing the Buckeye Show way back then, and we had an entire show prepared, and it was late in the afternoon. It was like 4:30, 5 o'clock-ish, where that started to break, Tyvis, that there was no girlfriend, that nobody died. And we're like, what? We're trying to wrap our minds around what had happened, like Bodie's talking about.
I still remember where I was. I was actually at the faucet right there on Olentangy Road, right across the street from the Woody. We were having training table, and they had like the big projector on, and it was breaking news. Everybody stopped eating to look up at it, and we was like, whoa, what is this? And it was wild. It was the wildest thing I've ever heard.
And yet he was talking to Katie about how, I guess he had to fib at one time where he was just too embarrassed to let the truth out. I sided with Manti on that. Like, that was sick stuff. They had it was like Marquez Tuiasosopo's nephew.
Yeah, it was
like Ronea.
He did didn't he do the documentary? What was that, like a year?
Yeah, they did the documentary that kind of explained how that really just messed him up.
The Deadspin guys really did not do their journalism there with that whole thing, because like they, as soon as, and that was kind of talked about, I think, in that documentary a little bit on Netflix, where it was like, as soon as they found out the story was kind of like fake, I guess, for lack of a better word, maybe, they just like ran with it. And then I think Manti got kind of thrown under the bus as if he would create this whole story to try to win Notre Dame football games, which is just ridiculous.
Well, I'll give you my number 5, Tyvis.
And this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat.
Jim Gray, The Decision, LeBron.
That's twice today you've done this. What's going on with you?
And then when he came back, the Dan Gilbert letter.
Right after that one.
Comic Sans.
Yeah.
That captivated the country. We were all on pins and needles waiting for that to happen. That was nuts.
He made us wait 29 minutes just to say, I'm going to South Beach. Like,
unbelievable. Yeah, and then the way that whole thing went, where were they? The Boys and Girls Club?
I don't know, but
Northern Ohio?
He should never do that again.
Like, what do we do? What are you doing? You're up there.
He should never, ever do that again.
With your people, and then, I'm leaving. Yeah.
I'm going to South Beach.
Good night's sleep told me that that's what I had to do, and even though that was not all that went into it. Number 4 is Deflategate. I had to think of something. It wasn't Spygate. It was absolutely Deflategate when that whole thing broke, and it was Tom Brady. It was the Golden Boy. It was the New England Patriots again, and it was the Colts, who was that team that they could never really get over the hump with them.
And I found out that DeQuell snitched on him.
DeQuell Jackson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Snitch. We had him on the Cleveland show, and he said
he was the one.
He got an interception, and he said, this ball is kind of flat, and they turned it in. DeQuell is a snitch.
So it was Deflategate. Manti was 3 for me. Tiger Woods 2.
I am deeply sorry for my irresponsible and selfish behavior I engaged in.
Tiger is deeply sorry for his golf today, although it's not his fault. He's older and not the same. He's 7 over today. He's not going to make the cut. He's 8 over at the PGA. But that was so insane when the cheating scandal broke and we found out that he was a cheating bastard for all those years. And I remember being in a crowded cafe at work. We had like the little lunch area. Every single employee that wasn't actually on the air came over, crowded the room to watch that press conference to see what that was going to look like and what he was going to say. And his mom was there. It was so awkward. Number 1 was OJ Simpson, NBA Finals, the OJ chase. And I can remember Bob Costas kind of sending it to the coverage and then Tom Brokaw doing it and watching OJ and the white Ford Bronco running away from the cops. That was the 5. That's the 5 dramatic
Rest in peace, OJ.
I really wish that I could have been older. I think that happened right when I was like born, around the time I was born, the OJ thing. I feel like I missed out on something.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was the craziest story.
Well, I'll do mine quick. I was going to do the ugliest jerseys in honor of the New York Giants.
Jersey. That kit? Yeah.
I was going to do that, but I decided to go with something else. I'm going to go give you my top 5 favorite players that I watched in college, either growing up or, no, actually, this is me growing up. Yeah. Number 5. I actually got to see this every game. Braxton Miller. That kid was special, man.
I'm excited to hear the top 4.
Braxton,
he's 5.
Braxton was Like, some of the highlights that he just did was just incredible. And I was just glad to be able to watch it, like be right there on the field and watch it happen.
Yeah, he's kind of good.
Number 4 for me, Ted Ginn Jr. Ted was electrifying.
Are these all Buckeyes?
No.
All right.
They're not. That's the only 2, actually. Ted Ginn is 4. 3, Cam Newton. Cam at Auburn was incredible.
Whoa, Cam.
Number 2, Tavon Austin.
Still
to this day has one of the best highlight tapes you'll ever watch.
Can I get a Steve Slayton?
You know, I was going to put Pat White on there.
Pat White.
I had Pat White, and I had it right where Cam Newton is, and I scratched him out and put Cam. And then number 1 is Reggie Bush. I mean,
I thought so.
Every time.
I thought so.
Reggie.
I was going to blurt that out right before you did the list.
Every time Reggie got the ball, he was going to score. That's how crazy he was. And I remember this is like 05, so I'm like, what, 19 years ago?
You're young.
11 years old?
Yeah, you're young. That's fun stuff. Fun list right there. The NFL is doing its best to undermine the college football playoff. We'll tell you how so. Next, it's the College Football Pulse. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Common Man here. Let me tell you about my new friends, Sell for 1% Realtors. This is a new company for me. They were interested in working with me, so they went for a CAT scan. When that passed, I needed to meet the family to see what they were all about, if they were a good fit. And when I say meet the family, I mean it. Sell for 1% is totally family run right here in Columbus. The premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your house for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. And they do everything you'd expect from the 6% people. This is full service, not a discount service. Here's how they do it. Technology has made the realtor's job easier, from taking photos to signing documents on your phone, but their prices have remained the same, even though the realtor's not putting in the same time they used to. Sell for 1% passes the savings on to you because they know you're going to be impressed with the service and then tell people about it. On average, customers save over $10,000 in commissions. I didn't know about these guys 10 years ago. Don't be stupid like me and pay more than you have to. If you're selling, give my guys a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
It's no fun to get blindsided. That's why you need to know what's coming in Ohio Medicaid.
Championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
Recent changes in Ohio Medicaid could impact you. If your information isn't up to date, you could lose your health insurance. Call the Ohio Department of Medicaid so you don't have to scramble to stay insured.
Call 800-324-8680. A public health message from CareSource.
That's what I call forward progress.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Pike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good evening. I'm Buddy Wells. In golf, the second round of the PGA Championship at Valhalla in Louisville continues this evening. Xander Schauffele has the solo lead right now. He's 12 under par. Behind him, Colin Morikawa is 11 under. and Scottie Scheffler is one of several guys at 9 under. NBA playoffs tonight has the Knicks at the Pacers at 8:30. New York leads the series 3-2. A pair of games in the Stanley Cup playoffs tonight. Florida's at Boston. They're just about to get underway right now here. The Panthers lead the series 3-2. And then later on tonight, Dallas is on the road against Colorado at 10. The Stars are ahead in that series 3-2. In baseball tonight, the Guardians host the Twins for the first of a 3-game set. First pitch is a handful of minutes away at 7:10. Tristan McKenzie's on the mound for Cleveland. Meanwhile, the Reds go for a second straight win over the Dodgers in L.A. Frankie Montas is on the bump for Cincinnati tonight. First pitch is at 10:10. And in soccer tomorrow night, the Crew are on the road at Chicago. Kickoff is at 8:30. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. Need heating, cooling, plumbing, or electric? Call a carpenter.
All right, we got the final hour of the week right here on The Fan. Timmy Hall, the Bode Man. Nice job on the update. That was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Probably the best 7 p.m. update on May 17th on a Friday night that we've ever had.
I mean, you weren't out of breath or anything. Tyvis Powell is here. I got to bring you in on this. This man is going on in the break about, because we had this hot dogs versus brats debate. We'll put this out on social media next week for you guys if you missed it earlier in the week. It's on Tuesday's show if you want to watch that one on YouTube. It was in this very segment, too. I can tell you exactly where it was. It was the College Football Pulse before we got into the football. Usually some nonsense starts off the segment, and then we get into it. So that's where it was, podcast or the YouTube show. He said that he looks forward to the Joey Chestnut hot dog eating contest.
Yes.
He also didn't even know if that was on the. He asked me, "Is that what did you ask me?
Is it on the 4th of July or is it Memorial Day? It could have been either or.
Well, they could have a contest on Memorial Day. It would make some sense.
Both days are heavy on the red, white, and blue, so I can get them confused.
You told me that it was dramatic. Tyvis, he kills everybody. He wins by 35 hot dogs.
See, no, that's a lie.
What?
See,
No, it's not.
Yeah, he kind of
crushes everybody.
See, that's the thing. When you watch, it's all. I can't remember the other guy who's second.
That's right. There's a reason you can't remember.
He usually starts off really good. Like he be beating Joey.
I'm the guy who does his job. You look like the other guy.
Joey Chestnut is the greatest athlete on earth right now.
Get out of here.
What? Yeah.
Remember when Kobayashi was a thing? And that's when the hot dog eating contest kind of blew up. Maybe that was when ESPN got the deal. And then, poof, he was gone. I swear he was knocking down like 50s.
I don't even
And then
remember
Chestnut
that.
came by.
I don't think I've heard that name. It doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, Kobayashi. And then Joey Chestnut came by, and he upped it to like 65, 70
but
hot dogs and buns.
He doesn't do that anymore, though. He's more like 49.
No, he's in the 50s and 60s every year.
I don't think he is. I'm going to look it up.
You're a liar.
I'm going to look it up.
All right, Bode Man, let's kick it to football.
Timmy, I don't know if you, Tyvis, I don't know if you guys saw. Did you guys actually hear anything about the NFL schedule release earlier this week? Did you hear anything about that?
I heard some things. I watched is that sarcastic?
Yes,
right?
very.
Well,
anytime the NFL does something, they are going to shove it so far down your throat that you're going to die on
Let me tell you why I sounded semi-stupid there, because I actually don't care that
No,
much.
I don't care either. Couldn't care less, honestly.
Because it's the NFL. It's not college football. You play the schedule that is laid at your feet. That's all there is to it. And you actually know most of the opponents
all of them
already.
No, as soon as the regular season ends, like of last year, you know the opponents. Now, I get like the order matters and whatnot, and it's fun to play the schedule game.
And Monday night games and Sunday night games.
Yeah, and the holiday games. I'm not like anti it. I just don't really get the appeal of it, to be quite honest. But if you love it, that's cool.
So what do you tell me?
What's
the thing I hate
though,
with the NFL schedule
about
and the college football
is just
schedule?
like we've gotten to a point. Like we have two Christmas Day games on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Why do we need NFL football on a Wednesday?
Do we know who's playing those two?
Yeah, it's well, actually, okay.
They're all out, Tyvis. Yeah,
but I never looked at who played.
Yeah, so
that's a you problem.
I only know the Browns.
I'll take a step back here. It's the same 4 teams, just flip them, because these 4 teams play on Saturday, which is when the college football playoff first round is. they also play then on Wednesday because, no kidding, you can't have teams play on Sunday and then turn around and play on Wednesday.
No,
Although, who knows?
unless
The
you're
NFL,
Bishop Sycamore.
Although knowing the
play a lot.
NFL, I wouldn't put it past them because they'd rather see players die out there than lose some money and lose a chance at ratings.
We need games, baby.
And the reason I hate this is so on Saturday, December 21st, we'll have the first round of course, the first ever 12-team college football playoff.
Okay.
We'll have 3 games. There's a game on Friday night and then 3 games Saturday. So
Looking at my calendar
would be pretty
here.
cool to
All right,
have
Saturday the 21st.
Saturday college, a full day of college football tripleheader, first ever playoff, first ever 12-team playoff and whatnot, home games for the playoff games and whatnot. That sounds pretty cool. And then the NFL came out with their schedule this week, and they decided, no, college football, you're not allowed to have the ratings. That all belongs to us. And so they put 2 games on that day, and it's going to be Houston at Kansas City and then Pittsburgh at Baltimore, which already sounds like 2 pretty good games. Yeah, I mean, that's probably at least 3 playoff teams in Pittsburgh.
Man. That's an MVP game right there.
That's messed up.
That's an MVP game. Texans and Chiefs.
Yes.
CJ and Patrick.
Yeah. I mean,
we talked about CJ, sprinkle some money on him at like plus 1,400.
And even Pittsburgh-Baltimore is a game that, the average fan is going to, want to tune into. And I think it just kind of sucks, to be quite honest with you. I'm so tired of the NFL.
Completely agree.
Just, trying to I love the NFL. I really do. But, this idea that it's, you can't let college football have a day. You can't let the NBA have Christmas Day. It's just when those dates fall on Sundays and even Monday, I'm fine with it. But the idea that we need NFL every day of the week is just exhausting. It's so over the top.
Tyvis, you don't agree? We don't need to have 2 NFL games smashed in the middle of the college football playoff on a Saturday. Just keep your normal day.
It's the first.
Keep your day.
It's the first round, right?
Yes. So
yeah.
You don't care?
It's the weaker teams.
Oh man, I can't believe
teams.
It's not. They should be working. They should be working together. They should be doing a better job to work together on this.
They're not doing it the next week, are they? When the number 1 seeds are
they're not going to cover those games.
My point exactly.
Are we sure about that? I don't know the schedule off the top of my head like that. I just had seen this article was highlighting the first round in particular.
Here. I would assume it would be here if that was happening. But either way,
it's the lower tier teams. We might have, I don't know, Toledo versus Alabama. Who want to see that?
It's still putting Kalen DeBoer and Alabama into the play-in round, huh?
Well, whatever.
That'd still be a top 8 seed.
Must not be the second best coach in college football. If that's going to happen.
Georgia's number 1. They can't win the SEC and get to bye.
They could, right?
No.
You could have 2 teams from the same conference.
No, you
not
get a bye.
No, you can't.
Yeah, it's just Big Ten, SEC,
That's
ACC,
right.
and Pac-12.
That's right.
Or Pac-12, Big 12. Rest in peace, Pac-12.
That's another new wrinkle with this, is that you can't have 2 from the same conference, of course, in that top 4, even if you think they're 2 of the best 4 teams.
Yeah, even if, Alabama and Georgia both go, well, they both can't go 12-0 because they play in the regular season, but whatever, Georgia and Texas or whoever, I don't know who all those SEC teams play off the top of my head.
I want a lot of wild stuff to happen just to show them how they already need to tinker the format. And I'm not even talking about adding teams to it.
Too late.
Can we get a 3-loss conference champ from the ACC or something like that?
And not have them be the top 4 bye?
Have them. Well,
or you want it to happen so they can.
They'll get a bye, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or could we possibly get a group of 5 team or group of 6 team, whatever it is now, in the top 4 if they're rated ahead of the highest rated ACC champ?
I mean, could
that theoretically happen?
It's just. I'm pretty sure it's just the top 4
conference rated top 4 rated conference champs.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So
based
it
off
could.
rankings.
It could
so
happen. If the ACC
Boise
is
State
trash,
was ranked ahead of Clemson, and those were the 2 conference winners.
Right. If you had an undefeated Boise State and Clemson was a 2-loss or a 3-loss team and won the ACC,
they'd probably have to be 4 or 5 to be still ranked that low. But yeah, point still stands.
But no, don't do this, NFL. We talked a lot about how the schedules could jive. I still think, Tyvis, the fun thing to do in the future would be to sync it up to where you get the college football playoff championship game off of a Monday. That's the first thing for me.
100%.
Get that off of Monday. I don't care if you get it on Saturday. Just don't have it on Monday. And I think it could be the Sunday in between the championship weekend and the Super Bowl.
Isn't it a Monday?
Be delaying. You'd give extra rest time. It'd be a really long break, and maybe you can move it back.
I don't know if they can do that with some of the portal stuff.
It ain't a Monday we get off in January. Martin Luther King Day. Is that a Monday?
We don't. I mean, in the sports media, we don't get that off. We don't get anything off.
But the average
American,
yeah. So they should put it on that day, so that people can.
But you're still going into Tuesday.
Yeah, I guess that. I guess it do got to be a Sunday.
Could be a Saturday. They play all the other games on a Saturday.
I mean, that would
I just
be
don't.
the best.
This thing is just annoying to me
15th.
because if you're the NFL, first off, you're still going to take a bit of a hit on ratings. People are going to tune in to the college football playoff, especially if you do get. I know, like you said, Tyvis, it could be Alabama against name your Group of 5 champ, but a couple of those games are going to be, whatever, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, or Clemson, Georgia, they play week 1.
Right,
but you get what I'm saying. Like,
I really, really hate the Monday night championship games.
I do too.
I hate it for college basketball. I hate it for
college basketball, and they tip off
football.
like 9:45.
Yeah, they do.
It's ridiculous.
And could we fix that? I know that's very, very big tradition.
Yes, we can.
Can we just go Friday, Sunday?
We've already. They're going to expand that postseason as well at some point. So forgive me on tradition.
We're doing a ton of weekday stuff anyway with March Madness. It kind of goes with it. So why not Friday?
Yeah.
Why not Friday, and then we can have the big show on Sunday night?
There's nothing going on.
Just like the women.
They could combine the women's championship game and the men's championship game in the same venue and do a back-to-back title game.
Yeah.
And that way you get more bang for your buck with the ticket.
Is the NFL season still going on? That's probably why. Or isn't it the playoffs in January?
What are you talking about?
For the college football championship game. I'm trying to see why they can't.
Yeah, because the NFL. But if they're going to cover, why don't I put my national championship game on in the evening and blow your Sunday night football game out of the water?
Right.
Or get you to take the night off from Sunday night football.
Yeah, right.
So hasn't it been the last couple years? And I don't know if it would line up exactly like this, but the first round of the playoffs, NFL, the wild card weekend, they play like a 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock game on Saturday. They play 1, 4, and 8 on Sunday, and then they have the Monday night kick at 8. Right?
Yeah, just
that
switch.
Sound right?
Just
play
make
Saturday
a pocket
at
there
1
for
and
Sunday.
4.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm thinking
work together.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
For
yes.
football's sake.
That's the thing. It's like, as much as I can't stand the Christmas Day games on a Wednesday of all days, I get why the NBA is kind of your competitor. Oh, yeah, of course I'll watch. But I get the NBA is more of a direct competitor.
Yeah.
Technically, college football is too, but like, football fan. How many people they're like, oh, I hate college football, but I love the NFL, or vice versa? No, most people watch both.
Mm-hmm.
So why not just work together?
Especially with a college football playoff that's bringing some hack to it, some punch to it with more teams.
The NFL dominates everything all the time. Like, can they just let us have a day?
What is this?
They do though. Like the draft. I mean, dear God, turn on ESPN for.
You hate the NFL?
No, I like the NFL, but it just gets exhausting when it's like. Cool, and I also
How dare they be great?
All right,
they already are.
All right.
They don't.
I get it. I'm with you. I'm with you on this with the scheduling. It's gotta be smoothed out. It's gotta be a little bit smoother here. I have a little. Thank you, Bodie. I have a little. Did you know about your old head coach, Tyvis? I'll share that with you guys next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment, the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying implements. Now through October 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
Sometimes you just need a little time for you. Or better yet, you and a pizza. Like a delicious Donato's cauliflower crust pizza. A golden, crispy crust loaded with your choice of toppings. Or get any Donato's signature pizza on cauliflower crust. Like chicken spinach mozzarella. Create your perfect cauliflower crust escape today and get $3 off any order of $15 or more using promo code PIZZA. Order now at Donatos.com.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Pike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown. Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
Rothman and Ice.
When you look at 2024, what they have in that building, if everybody rolls out there consistently week in and week out, the Bengals can clip anybody.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Hey, it's Anthony here for the Good Feet Store. You know, we do a segment on the show every week called Pressure, but that's about sports. What about the pressure your feet endure every day? I know mine did. When I went to the Good Feet Store, I learned I was out of line. I joked, I already know that. They said, no, physically, my feet weren't being supported the right way. So when I went to the store on Polaris Parkway, they also have one on Stringtown Road, I took all the time I needed to walk around the store to see what felt and fit the best in my shoes. Once I had them in, my personal arch supports from the Good Feet Store, my lower back pain went away. What a feeling. You need to get your free personalized fitting by one of their arch support specialists. For arch supports to be effective, they require a precision fit. That's why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet Store. You like them? You can wear them home. You have nothing to lose but the pain. So go to goodfeet.com today or go in and try the Good Feet feeling. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief, all from the Good Feet Store.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of clouds around and mild temperatures in the low to mid-70s with a scattered shower and perhaps a rumble of thunder on this Friday. Overnight, we'll see a lingering shower, some patchy fog and temperatures around 60 degrees. During the day on Saturday, an isolated shower early and an isolated shower or storm later in the afternoon. Otherwise, we'll see some sunshine and stay dry and warmer with temperatures near 80 degrees. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Just counting down the days to March Madness. Back to the Buckeye Show.
Timmy and Tyvis, the fine Buckeye fans, happy Friday. Oh, man. Close to that weekend now. What's for dinner tonight? What are you having?
Papa John's Pizza.
Papa John's?
It actually got delivered before I left. And the guy...
That's too bad.
The guy who delivered it is a fan of the show.
Oh, he said, that's fantastic.
He said, I love listening to you on the radio.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's funny because I'm actually about to head out and go there now. He said,
Did you grab a couple slices before you headed out?
I did grab 2 slices before I left.
Did you get? Are they still doing the shack thing?
I didn't get the shack. I was getting whatever the cheesy stuffed crust. Really good.
I always was pretty good with a Papa John's. Like as far as the chain, like national pizza goes.
Yeah.
Pretty good with the Papa John's. Of course, the Jackets had that deal anytime before they switched over to Jets, which also good.
Yeah, Jets is. It's a Powell special. I tell you that.
Jets is a Powell?
Yeah,
is a Powell special?
They love Jets at the Powell's residence.
The Powells in Powell. You're not in Powell, are you?
No, I'm in Lewis Center.
You're in Lewis Center.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been cool.
Close. I keep telling my wife we should move to Powell, and I'll run for mayor.
Oh, you'd make a good mayor.
Hey, thank you.
Start out in a smaller municipality like that, and maybe later on we can go for Columbus. We can go for the big boy.
No, I'll leave that to Josh Perry.
Mayor Perry?
Yeah.
Mayor Perry.
Yeah.
This year's mayoral candidate.
He runs this town.
I'm thinking pizza now, but we just did flyers this week.
Yeah, you did it 2 days ago.
Yeah, yeah. No, we did it last night.
Was it last night? You can't do it 2 nights in a row.
No. I mean, flyers, outstanding stuff.
Korean barbecue.
God. See, he knows what's on our list of meals. We got a lot of good home-cooked meals, and that, I tell you what, we picked up the Korean barbecue homemade style about a year and a half ago, where we get like the cheap little canned veggies, real simple, right? Mm-hmm. The baby corn and the water chestnuts with some crisp, like stir-fry style stuff, and then just a couple of bell peppers, whatever color you like, the red, yellow, orange, mix and match. Mm-hmm. No mind. Get a nice pot of white rice going, and then I couldn't even tell you, honestly, everything that goes into the seasoning for the ground beef. But there's soy sauce. There's a couple of other Asian sauces that we use. Mm-hmm. And it just makes a tremendous little meal. Anything that I can just throw into a bowl, Tyvis, that's a meal I want. I want to throw everything into a bowl, like a taco bowl, nacho bowl.
Well, now that I'm
Korean barbecue, like Asian rice bowl, all that.
Now that I'm trying to lose this weight, I had me a nice salad today. Homemade salad.
How was that nothing bunt cupcake, though?
Oh, that was delicious.
You had the red velvet.
I got to do some sit-ups after we get off the air.
Okay.
To make up for it.
Okay. Make sure you're ready for the match. What are we going to call this thing? We need like a name, like a big name for Tyvis versus DeVere. I'll have to get Big Voice Guy to do a promo for it.
Tyvis dominates DeVere.
No, don't do that.
That's what it is.
Don't do that. We need a good name.
Complete domination.
I know how you are.
Attack and dominate, as Anthony
Schlegs would say.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your old guy, Urban Meyer, for a second, because I was reading on a little Reddit thread when we were talking about him being a villain. And so I was doing some research on that. But on the top line, there was a user that put this in. And I went back and looked at Urban's history, and it was true. And I'd never thought of it this way. And the user said something to the effect of, it always fascinated me that Urban Meyer is a head coach that has 3 national championships and 2 undefeated seasons to his name. And none of those seasons intertwined. And I had to read that for a second. I'm like, wow, that is amazing. He had 12-0 at Utah, and he had 12-0 here, and he had 3 national championship seasons, 2 at Florida in the SEC.
But none of them was undefeated.
And obviously 2014 here at Ohio State, but you had the law. We talked about that on the show already in a different context. But yeah, those 5 seasons like that, 2 undefeated seasons, 3 national championships, none of them were the same. He never had the undefeated national championship year like Tress had in 2002. Isn't that wild?
Well, he got robbed of one in 2012. So,
well, what's the difference? Is it nothing that he could control?
No, it's nothing he could control.
Didn't get to play on. We could do the Buckeye What If. What if Ohio State got to play for a national championship in 2012?
Yeah.
They probably have a national championship.
We would have beat the Catfishes. The guy that got catfished.
Was Manti on that team?
Yes, he was.
He was? Okay. I don't know.
Bodie would have hated me even more.
Yeah, possibly.
Well,
that's impossible, Tyvis.
Well, Alabama did it. They did a. What was the score to that
game? Actually, I meant that in a way that I like Tyvis, not that I can hate him anymore.
It sounded like I couldn't possibly hate you anymore.
Yeah, let me hear.
We're already at the max.
We played them to a dead even 14-14 tie in the second half. Unfortunately, they won the first half 28-0.
man, that was a
Play to me.
beatdown.
You know, you forget those first 2 quarters, though.
Hey,
we were right there with them.
It was not as bad as the Georgia national championship.
Could have been worse.
Oh my God!
What Georgia national championship? Which
Against
one?
TCU.
Which one?
Oh, TCU.
You already blacked it out.
Yeah, I did. I sure did.
So bad, right?
Georgia's been dominated.
I can't give you an Urban Meyer factoid without this one, because this is the one that my dad will bring up. Does your mom or dad ever have like a thing that they tell you and they're excited to tell you about it, but you've heard it at least 25 times from them? And this is the one that my dad always likes to throw on me, because the time that my parents spent in Utah, because they lived there for 10 some years. I was out there for 2.
Utah.
But it is true, and I don't think this is something. It could happen, but it's highly, highly unlikely. So that year that Urban Meyer was coaching, or the couple years, the run he had at Utah, he had Alex Smith as his quarterback, obviously. Alex Smith was the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft. Right after that, Andrew Bogut was the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft. So in the same year, you had dudes from the same school going number 1 overall. That is pretty wild.
That is actually
And then you
really
think about the
wild.
fact that that's the University of Utah. It's not Ohio State. It's not Michigan, Michigan State, USC, Texas, Florida. It's Utah.
That's a
crazy stat, right?
It is.
That's a better stat than the Urban Meyer one that I brought to the table?
I never knew that they had.
What blows your mind more?
That Alex Smith went number 1.
The Bogut and Alex Smith one.
Yeah. That's crazy. I wonder how often that's happened before.
I think it's the only time it's ever happened. Where you had a guy from the same school.
Was Utah
go number 1
basketball
overall
good?
in the same year?
Was the Utah basketball program good?
That's a good question. I mean, they had to be good with Andrew Bogut. They were a tournament team, but they probably got bounced in the second round or the Sweet 16. I don't remember them making like an Elite 8 or a Final. They certainly weren't in the Final 4. I can tell you that.
That's impressive. Huh.
It would not be the school that you would think would do it, right?
I mean, it's almost.
What season was that for Utah? Would have been 05
like
into 06?
Something
or
like that.
04, 05?
Yeah, I'd have to go back and check. It would be in that, that 04, 05, 06, one of those.
It was like it's almost.
It's the same year though. That's the stat. It is the same year.
It was as impressive as when the football team played Florida. Ohio State played Florida in football in the championship, and then the basketball team.
Urban Meyer is a part of a lot of these funky things, right?
He was a
like
part of
that can't happen again. How is that going to happen again? We're in the same year.
The football team.
You cast a net around like 3 months, right? Because that was January into early April.
Yeah.
The same 2 programs playing each other in the national championship games of the 2 biggest sports.
And we lost both of them.
And lost both. God dang it. All right. All the tidbits you need on the Buckeyes going into the weekend, so you're all caught up. Adam King of 10 TV, he's going to drop in. That's next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Bobby Carpenter doesn't have a mullet, but he's knee-deep in mullet energy. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan.
New 2024. Up to 72 months Aria. Up to 36 months Rogue. And 6/3/24.
Reichert Nissan has an announcement to make. 0% financing is now available for up to 72 months. Take a Reichert Nissan Aria home today and pay 0% for 72 months. But that's not all. Reichert Nissan also has 0% financing on Rogue 2. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33 or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
With approved credit. Residency restrictions apply. Offers cannot be combined. Dealer contribution affects consumer cost.
I'm Scottie Vegas, and I just hit on my biggest win of the year. I called Maxima Concrete to create my ultimate sports driveway, and they delivered better than hitting that huge parlay. The neighbors wondered why I just go out and stare with a big smile at the ground. It's because Maxima Concrete gave me the driveway for all my ultimate pickleball battles, my game-winning basketball shots against the kids, and an area to make memories forever. Maxima Concrete does patios, walkways, driveways, and more. Get your free estimate at maximaconcrete.com.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia, often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. So give your friends something to look at and make this a summer to share and save. With a capable Kia SUV like the Sorento, Sportage, Seltos, or Telluride, or a powerful sedan like the fun-to-drive Forte, each backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. And for a limited time, get 1.9% APR for 48 months for well-qualified buyers and $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2024 Sportage and Sorento models. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Financing for 24 to 48 months from Kia Finance, subject to credit approval for purchase of a new 2024 Sportage or Sorento. Excludes hybrids and PHEVs. $21.65 per month per $1,000 financed at 48 months. $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged models must be applied as down payment. Must take delivery by 7/8/24. Limited inventory. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for details.
Hello, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletic Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donatos, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource. Proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Brutus is their homeboy. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy and Tyvis, happy Friday, Buckeye fans. Adam King from 10TV saunters into the studio.
I have sauntered.
Looking sharp with a crisp white dress shirt and the nice suit jacket. No tie right now because we're not on TV.
Casual. It's a casual day for me.
We're on YouTube. We're on YouTube Live, though.
Oh, let me get my tie.
Yeah, no, it's too late now. It's too late.
All the people have seen my.
You look good. Neck. You look good compared to what we're wearing. I've got the Pebble Beach quarter zip on, and Tyvis has a nice homage OHIO.
You know what's interesting is I think Timmy did that whole segment just so he could flex his Pebble Beach quarter zip.
It was a great trip.
Mm-hmm. That's what I think all that was about.
How often do you think about that trip?
I've thought about it every day.
Goodness gracious.
It's a bucket list trip.
It is a bucket list trip. We're all happy
I'm not
for
entitled to think about it?
I don't think I have a bucket list.
Really?
Wait, you don't have a bucket list?
No,
you don't have
like
anything you want to do?
No.
What?
It's funny you say it because the Masters is mine. Like I want to go to the Masters. You don't have
so
you don't nothing in your life. If I said you could go,
he's done it. He's played in the NFL.
That's true. He's done everything. I mean, at this point, Tyvis is just cruising through life.
He's a beautiful wife.
I gotta
come on. Maybe you didn't have anything to do.
I gotta sit back and think about that. I don't think I have anything on my bucket list.
You don't want to travel?
No. I've been to Disney World.
I love it when non-travelers get asked that question.
That's all he said. He's like, yeah, I've been to Disney. I mean, I've been everywhere. I've been to Epcot. At that point, I've been to every country.
Wait a minute.
Here we go. Traveling can't be for everybody. There has to be some people that just want to stay home.
Let's clarify this. So in my career, you do know that I bounced around. So I did a ton of traveling in 4 years.
I get it. Yeah,
so it's like
fair.
All the cities that I actually kind of wanted to see. Ironically, I played for those teams, so I actually got to experience.
Must be nice.
Yeah, NBN. I am fascinated. I know it's not what basketball players aspire to be, but we've had a lot of Buckeyes that have had really good overseas careers.
Yeah.
And I have always been, when I would have my basketball dreams, I would dream, because I was never going to play at a high level, I would actually dream about being in one shining moment, and my team would be a mid-major team, and I'd actually get knocked out in the first round. I wouldn't even win a game.
You didn't even, in your dreams, you didn't even win?
No.
I appreciate you setting the bar at a regular place. In his dreams, he said, I'm going to get to March.
Somebody's got to lose in the first round,
no
right?
chance I'm upset.
I'm not even getting into the game on the bench, and maybe there's a shot of me like putting my hands on my head, like when my teammate misses the last second shot. I'm like, oh, my God. But going overseas to play basketball, I would have thought that would be outstanding, whether you go to Italy or France.
China.
To experience that, China, to experience that culture
Isn't
as well as your basketball career.
in China?
Not anymore, I don't think.
He's not still doing that?
He might be. I might be wrong.
We have to check on that.
Yeah, he was for the longest time. He was dominating over there.
I literally just seen his wife like 2 months ago in Target.
And you didn't ask her, where's Jared?
She said he's still playing.
Where's
So
Jared?
I would imagine that he's still in China.
I think Sully is still
Googling.
playing. I think he's for the Shenzhen Lepers
you're right.
of
You're
the
right.
CBA.
He's
He's
back
only 32.
Here. He was back here for the TBT, so I thought
He
maybe
comes back.
Yeah, so okay.
And he's doing a little pod with Adam Jardy, the Dispatch. I think he and Leidy
And
Kraft get on there and shoot it.
Kraft.
So, looking at a little Buckeye Bits, Adam, we had a big week here at the station. I know you talked to him. We had Ryan Day, the head coach. He was on the Juice. He was on Bishop and Friends. So we did a whole hour here in the studio talking about anything and everything. And I think one of the parts that I want to look at here is the recruiting weekend coming up in June. That's one of the big things next for Ryan Day, as all the guys are out there in a contact period, the assistants in this month of May. It's why we're hearing about some of this stuff right now. This was Day.
It's a lot. Yeah, I mean, picture someone hosts a wedding for 3 or 4 hours. Do that for 48 hours with 70 people. Because when families come in, there might be 13, 14 families in, and they bring in their parents, and they bring in 3 or 4 other people. And so, you got to get them in the hotels. You got the restaurants. You got, all these different events that are going on. It's a lot of work. And so Mark certainly does a great job of that. Erin Dunstan, who does our on-campus recruiting, is tremendous. I mean, she is constantly moving, but it takes everybody. It takes a village. It takes everybody involved. In the Woody, we have former players that help out. We have all kinds of different things that are going on. But it's an opportunity to open up our doors and allow these folks to come in and see what it's all about and put Columbus on display.
He mentioned Mark Pantoni, who's the GM of the program, and Erin Dunstan there. And just recently, some of us in the building were looking at Ohio State football's page on their website. Website.
Mm-hmm.
The number of employees they have.
It's remarkable.
Just the number of employees that they have on the football staff. It's like the Cincinnati Bengals or the Browns. It's like an NFL team.
It's bigger than that, Timmy. It has to be because of recruiting. Simply put, think about when a game is over. So every time a home game's done, we go up and we go near the Buckeye locker room. So you see the players come off. All the coaches go in the locker room, and then there is a staff in its own right that goes to all those recruits that showed up. And it's a good amount of staff members trying to wrangle all the recruits for anything that's coming next after the game day to get them back to the Woody for whatever their plan is. And then you've got all the people taking care of simply the Gatorade. It's wild. I mean, it's as small as that. It's wild.
And you know what? As a player, I didn't even think about any of that. I never thought about how many different faces is in the Woody because you're so locked in. But now, as a guy like me that just walks in, I tell you what, I've been in there on recruiting weekend. The place is packed. There's a lot of red, quarter zips walking around, and they all have some type of responsibility. So that recruiting team, it's got to be a minimum of like 15 of them.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I mean, a lot of people don't even know about Quinn Temple And
How don't you know Quinn?
I think you would be surprised.
Wait a minute. See, Quinn is the guy that
fans I wouldn't think are going to know about him.
They don't. And Quinn Temple is
it's like knowing like
phenomenal.
Quinn is like second in charge at the Woody now.
Yes,
Quinn went from a guy who was get on the mic and announce the periods to being the second man in charge at the Woody.
Who is the voice at the practices now?
I don't know because
I think it's still Quinn at times.
I doubt it because
I see him walking around with the mic.
Listen, I asked
fun
Quinn,
job, just barking out all the
last time periods. I went to training camp last year. I asked Quinn, "Is you still gonna get on the mic?" He said, "No, I don't do that anymore."
Another Buckeye bit I would invite you to go back and check out. We have Malik Hooker, right? With all this hoopla, Frank Caliendo and Rothman and Ice, that was fantastic. Fantastic. He's the best impressionist that we got. Ryan Day in studio. We had a great, underappreciated, I think. I wouldn't say we appreciated Malik Hooker when he was here, but since he's gone on to the NFL with the way it happened with going to the Colts and then kind of being knocked off his perch and then finding his way back to the Cowboys. Yeah, he's a great dude, too, and it was a great listen. And what was your favorite part of that interview, Tyvis? I remember we went in saying we wanted to know where he was going to lay down his roots and if he was renting or owning in Dallas, and we didn't ask him either of those things.
We showed.
So I need you to text him so he can get the response to that, just since we said we would. But he's another one of those former players where, he, like Tyvis, you guys were talking about some of the workouts that they can't do anymore.
Yeah.
The St. Valentine's Day and the Harley Davidson.
I can't believe
it. And he was like, that's not fair. We need to get back to that. That might have something to do with what's been going on.
That is that's what built that defense.
They can't do it.
Yeah, I understand.
I asked them about it, and they said that it's against the rules. They can't do it anymore.
Well.
And he wants a silver bullet defense. He actually maybe was giving the offense more credit as of right now. And since he was a defensive guy, he was like, we need to see the silver bullet defense again. He was still putting it on that side of the ball more.
I think it's funny. If you look back at Buckeye defenses, you can just start to name guys that epitomize silver bullets. And he was one of them. Like, names just start popping off. Tyvis Powell is the first one. No, but there are guys that it really jumps out to. Obviously, the big names like Denzel Ward and those guys. But then you go down through the list. Like someone like Tommy Eichenberg, I think 10 years from now, we're going to look back and say that guy was a silver bullet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's phenomenal. I mean, obviously, you look at a guy like Ryan Shazier, Raekwon,
McMillan.
Yeah, there's so many guys there that just, you could feel that they were putting in the work.
I got to play with both of those guys. The Ryan one, I got to watch right before my very eyes just to see a guy putting in extra work, doing all the extra things, and then seeing him thrive on Sunday or on Saturdays to where he trained and ran that 4.3 and then became the man for the Steelers before the tragic injury. It was just nice to watch it happen. Like, all right, this is what you need to do if you want to be great. You got to do the extra stuff.
Yeah.
He was like him and John Simon was like the first two people that I seen.
John Simon, Urban's Thanksgiving table.
There you go.
He's arm wrestling Tim Tebow for the turkey leg.
Right.
And he's probably winning it. Urban, doggone it. This is the best guy I've ever been around. It's the heart of a lion, that guy.
Yeah,
the heart of a lion. That is an Urban line. The heart of a lion.
Loved John Simon. Absolutely loved him. He would give him that arm tattoo that he has. So listen to that Malik Hooker interview. You can get that on our YouTube page where you search up 97.1 The Fan, subscribe, and then all the shows have the playlist. We've got the Malik Hooker interview up there for you. Adam King of 10 TV is here. He's got a good story from covering the Bucs last season to finish on as we look at some hashtags. That's next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that. The Fan. They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Extreme Limo is proud to be Central Ohio's first choice for luxury transportation. Serving our community since 2006, Extreme Limo has a full range of luxury cars, limos, and party buses for every occasion. And now offering you the new officially licensed Ohio State bus. You can travel in scarlet and gray style to your next game, wedding, or special event. Celebrate life and stretch the limit. Call Extreme Limo at 614-483-3300 to book today or visit extremelimo.com. That's XTREME limo.com.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
Sunday's the time for brunching with your favorite people. And when they don't invite you, listen to us instead. Fan Sports Sunday with Tito and Dabir Posey.
Sunday morning starting at 11.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's good to drive Honda and save thousands with low 1.9% financing. All your favorite Honda models are in stock. Save big on cars, SUVs, and trucks, like the 2024 Honda Ridgeline, now with low 1.9% financing. It's a good time to search your local Honda dealer.
See dealer for financing details for well-qualified buyers. Offer ends 7/8/24.
Hey, it's Anthony here for the Good Feet store. You know, we do a segment on the show every week called Pressure, but that's about sports. What about the pressure your feet endure every day? I know mine did. When I went to the Good Feet store, I learned I was out of line. I joked, I already know that. They said, no, physically, my feet weren't being supported the right way. So when I went to the store on Polaris Parkway, they also have one on Stringtown Road, I took all the time I needed to walk around the store to see what felt and fit the best in my shoes. Once I had them in, my personal arch supports from the Good Feet store, my lower back pain went away. What a feeling. You need to get your free personalized fitting by one of their arch support specialists. For arch supports to be effective, they require a precision fit. That's why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store. You like them? You can wear them home. You have nothing to lose but the pain. So go to goodfeet.com today or go in and try the Good Feet feeling. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief, all from the Good Feet store.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com today to get started.
Timmy and Tyvis on the Buckeye Show tonight. Thank you guys for joining us and following along all week long. We love you guys. Adam King from 10 TV. What do you got coming up here at 11?
At 11, we're talking a little Buckeye tennis. They're in the Final Four, getting ready to play TCU. We're going to talk the PGA Championship. Obviously, that's a big talker today.
Scottie Scheffler. Well, that's that story.
That's quite a story. The Crew tomorrow. Got a lot going on.
All right, a lot going on. Now, tell me, am I going to be on tomorrow's wall-to-wall or Sunday's wall-to-wall?
So
I know I'm going to do something with Dom when he gets back from vacation.
So tomorrow's wall-to-wall will be me sitting down with Ryan Day and then a little bit of Tyvis Powell over here.
Oh, must be nice.
I didn't know that this is news.
Yeah, and then I didn't know.
That's how Adam does things.
This is news.
He just gets you.
Yeah. I've committed Tyvis here. And then Sunday, you can tune in to hear Dom Taberry and Timmy Hall talk about who is the bigger sports personality in Columbus.
Okay, I think we're just talking about Buckeye football.
Oh, is that?
Maybe a little bit of that.
Sorry.
Yeah,
maybe, I got confused.
Maybe he'll call me a man of the people and all that.
Yeah,
good
he'll
stuff.
call you, Timmy, you're a man of the people.
Hey, Timmy, you're a man of the people. What are you talking about, you guys on the show?
You're out in the community.
All right, so we've been doing a ton of fun things. You have the story for us, but on for some hashtag Buckeyes, guys are communicating with us here. We had the most dramatic sports stories was a topic with the Scheffler thing, and Jake chimes in. Aaron Hernandez with 10 exclamation points. Yes, yes, that for sure.
Because it's where
it wasn't in my top 5. I did not think about that one, but man, yes, I could possibly find a spot for that if I reshuffled it. That is a crazy one.
Yeah. The stories where the world collides with sports, when you remove the sports aspect of it, are when they get the craziest.
Yep.
That's why this morning was so crazy.
And there's an Urban Meyer connection with that. Having coached him, brought him down to Florida.
He's everywhere.
It's his fault, right? No. That's what everybody said. Yeah. I'm kidding, everybody. Jeez. Snaggle chimed in. Did any of you guys mention the Bobby Petrino story?
Is that where...
It's not top 5 for me.
No, I don't know.
It's not like crazy.
It's just a scandal.
Funny picture of him there.
At the press conference?
The neck brace.
Yeah.
Just bloodied up. Like, I was crashed my motorcycle while cheating on my wife. Ha Here I am.
I don't know nothing about this.
You don't know about Bobby Petrino?
Google it.
If you type in Bobby Petrino, it'll be the first picture that pops up.
Is it better than Rick Pitino?
No, that scandal went deep.
Scenes at an Italian restaurant takes the cake, right?
That'll be the first picture.
I mean, I felt like every day you got a new thing on that story. Yeah, see?
It is.
First picture that pops up. People know.
Yeah. Rick's great, though. Wow. Bottle of red, bottle of whites. Yes. But Adam, this story you were telling me about earlier.
Oh, yeah. So
lay it on me.
You asked me
this
question, and so I kind of took it more in a sports, like, in-game moment. So this year we're at Notre Dame, right? Mm-hmm. Ohio State scores that go-ahead touchdown with Chip Trayanum, 1 second left in the game.
Yep.
So Notre Dame is going to get the ball back after the kickoff.
They couldn't run the clock out,
They could run the clock out, though. So the idea is you squib kick it with 1 second left on the clock. All the coaches think the game is over. So they're getting in the elevator. They're like, okay, we're going to squib this thing, and the rest is history.
So they're
we just
gone.
won.
The coaches in the box.
Yeah, they're on their way down. So I'm in the press conference room after Chip.
Wait, which coaches did this?
All of them, right?
Well, I don't know if it was all of them, but I think they thought the game was over. Because
OSU or Notre Dame?
OSU.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they thought the game was over because the clock said 0-0 after the Trayanum touchdown, but they put a second back on the clock.
Okay.
So,
but it still shouldn't have been anything at all because the kickoff.
You just squib the kick and you're in the game.
Yeah.
And that's, you don't have to coach that play. You just do your job.
Correct.
Kick it in the middle of the field.
I've seen crazier. In the national championship game, as Oregon was driving on the last drive, I seen my coach, the safeties coach, Chris Ash, was on the sideline. He usually is in the press box.
Yeah.
So he at that point, he said the game's over. So he came down to the sideline.
So I was in the press conference room, ran back after Chip scored, and I'm in the press conference room, and in comes Jim Knowles. He's just kind of looking at the screen.
Knowles, there he is.
He's excited. Everybody's cheering, and he looks and he sees that Notre Dame's lining up for a play.
And the defensive coordinator's nowhere to be found.
Ohio State had kicked the ball out of bounds. And so Notre Dame got the ball back, and Jim looks at all of us in the press room and goes, "Where's the field?" Like somehow he was going to get in there and make
like it's going to matter.
Yeah. So
Jim, they're already about to snap it.
You're with us now, Jim. Welcome to fandom. You're just kind of watching and seeing what happens.
Oh my God. That is not nearly as bad of a blunder as what Notre Dame did to itself.
No, not having 10 guys. No, and
for multiple plays.
It's completely understandable because there were 0 seconds on the clock. They added a second back. Then even if you're in the elevator and someone says, "Hey, they put a second back on," you say, "Okay, they'll squib it. Let's move on with our lives." And instead, you're like, "What is happening now?"
Where's the field?
I'll say this: I do wonder who made that play call. Who said prevent defense? Somebody had to get it out there.
First of all, Football 101 says prevent. This is 1 second left. Everybody get back. Like that's.
I mean, do you have to even?
The Patriots put in Rob. The Patriots put in Rob Gronkowski one time. I don't think the call is that clear.
Was that Kenyon Drake?
That was Kenyon Drake with Miami.
Burned past him for that touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh, what a horrible tackle that was.
He looked very unathletic.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, he's got that arm bar on, the big, black brace.
Is he still the best tight end, or is it Travis Kelce?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
And that's next week's show.
Who's your tight end?
Who's the best tight end?
I'll go Kelce.
Oh, I'll go Kelce. I think here's the reason why. I think that Rob was more interchangeable. I think you were able to put in a different tight end, Aaron Hernandez.
Gronk was freakishly good, physically good. I mean, just overpowering.
Travis is a little more agile. He's a little more.
For sure.
He's got that. He's got that flow.
They can do some of those tricky things with him.
One season. Who you taking as your tight end?
Hurry up.
I want Iguodala.
All right, that's it.
It's over.
It's done. Thank you so much, Adam King from 10 TV. You know where to check him out. Tyvis, fun stuff, buddy.
It was a nice week. See you next week, Timmy.
I'll see you next week. We've got Tee to Green. They'll get the party started for us tomorrow morning. Skips at Muirfield, getting ready for the Memorial. Dan Sullivan, Peter Dornish, Bob Herrig, live from Valhalla. Up next, you'll see Knicks Pacers Game 6. Have a good weekend on The Fan.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
At AAA, it's our policy to look on the plus side, and AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin. Last Monday, his coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. It was just the jolt of energy he needed. Later, when he walked into a door, he was happy to provide entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And when his car battery took early retirement, he knew expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA.
Become a AAA Plus member and experience peace of mind on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
This offer is only available at Reichert Ford. 0% financing for 72 months on every 2023 Ford F-150 in stock. Take advantage of Reichert's rate before it's too late. Lock in your 0% rate and take a new truck home today. Thousands of vehicles are waiting at ReichertFord.com.
See dealer for details. N6324.
Exclusively at Reichert Ford. 0% for 72 months is now available on every new 23 F-150 in stock. Hundreds of trucks at ReichertFord.com. We're dealing.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.